Hey guys and gals, so I want to talk to you a quick second about how to use the swords, the Castithan Blades in Defiance. Chances are you've played Defiance or are playing Defiance, which is why you're looking at the video, and you've either been completely destroyed by someone with a sword or seen a teammate destroying people with a sword, and you want to do that yourself. So this is just a little expo video on some of my sword play in PvP in Defiance. First off, I kind of just want to touch on what you should probably use as abilities. There's really two primary abilities that one would consider using. The first one being decoy, or sorry, not decoy. The first one being a cloak, and then the second one is whatever this sprint I'm using is. I forgot what it's called right now. But the sprint is one I much prefer because you got to get in melee range, or melee range, some sort of range. You got to get in a range, right? And in order to do that, you need to be faster than your opponent. So if you both are running at like an equal sprint speed, like you just can't catch up. Cloak is pretty handy because you can effectively be invisible and just wait for someone to walk by or sneak up on someone, in a stealth mode. But it's a much slower pace of kind of, I don't know, sword fighting in Defiance. So I definitely recommend the boost, speed sprint, whatever the hell it's called. But and the little passive abilities I've got going on are like the ones that give you armor and just kind of buff your defenses, so you hopefully live through more than one or two shots. Situations where the sword works really well, I find it works very, very well in a scenario where you would normally use a shotgun. That being the case, though, if your opponent has a shotgun, it also sometimes can be your demise, as I'm sure you'll see me dying to people shotgunning me in the face as I try and run at them. So there's a few things you can do. Like right there's a shotgun. So there's a few things you can do to try and to keep from getting blasted right out of the box. One, don't run in a straight line. Zig, zag, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, roll, whatever you got to do to try and make yourself a little bit harder of a target. As you can see, hitting someone with a sword cuts them down pretty darn fast. So you don't have to do much once you get to them. You've just got to get to them and then still be alive. And that's probably the hardest thing to do, especially against a good player or somebody with a shotgun, because the shotguns are so forgiving. You can just kind of point at them and you'll hit them with a few pellets, right? Another kind of approach you might want to consider taking if you're playing with a sword is using the surroundings to your advantage. It's a little bit different. Teabag necessary right here. That guy killed me a minute ago. It's a little bit necessary to, let me rephrase that. It's a little bit unnecessary to really be super attentive to some of the surroundings. There's a perfect example of rolling underneath where the guy was shooting at my head. But it's not always necessary to use the surroundings when you have a weapon, right? You can kind of play with the corners and you can shoot from a distance. But when you're using the sword, you've got to really kind of run around. Okay, he was looking at me there, I'll jump out the window. So example, he's probably going to shoot me, misses, hits. Okay, I'm red, I got to run, let my shield regen. Use the surrounding to my advantage, and don't always come at them straight on from where they think you're gonna attack from. Like, don't run down the ramp. He was just looking up when he shot you the first time. Jump out a window and run at him. That sort of thing. But I personally really enjoy playing with the sword. I like melee style combat a lot. Shooter combat is fun as heck too, but a game where there's people playing with like guns, projectile weapons, and I get to use a sword, particularly like a lightsaber style sword, pretty enjoyable. Also, you notice on a lot of my kills, I'm kind of being able to get the drop on these guys. Let's see if I can position here. So he saw me there, turn on speed boost, he rolled, didn't see me. Okay, now he sees me. Oh. Okay, ninja rolls didn't work out so well that time. But trying to just get at them from an angle they're not already watching. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Okay, decoy, crap! Run, 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 run. Uh-oh. Get him. Okay, so that one was kind of an example of me going right at his face, and obviously it didn't work out. That guy exploded fast. So if you like a slightly more difficult style of gameplay, or maybe not difficult may not be the right way to okay, 1, 2, 5 people are in here. I am so hosed. But it's a little more I don't say tactical, but very different style of gameplay than gun. You know, you can kind of play the run and gun game in Defiance. You know, granted, there's always the people that are sitting in cloak and come out of invisibility and just one-shot you, and that's... I think they should fix that personally. That's really unfun. But you have to think a bit differently than you would in a shooter. It's not just who's got the faster quick twitch and who can rattle off more headshots. It's how can I come at somebody without them seeing me, or how can I, you know, maximize my effectiveness at close range to mitigate their ability to hit me at a longer range, I suppose. But yeah, I got the sword. I bought the Castithan DLC, which is what's required to get the sword. You can get it a couple of ways with lockboxes, or if you have a friend with the DLC, you can run arenas and farm up rep points. But if you want to get the sword, I think it's like $9 for the DLC that contains the sword. Ah, crap, I just got juked. Pretty reasonable price. You know, the game's really fun. Sword play, I'm really enjoying so far. I'm sure at some point I'll probably get tired of it, but then I'll just go back to gunplay. But great fun. Check it out. If you like lightsaber style stuff, definitely for you. If you want to figure out how to get a sword, take a look at my video on Defiance, how to get a sword. I'll put up a link in this. And I think I did pretty well in this game, like 22 and something. So I think we're about to end here. Let's see if I can get this last guy, and then let's see what I ended up doing, what kind of damage I did. Just playing sword with a little bit of assault rifle kills. I think I got 2 assault rifle, maybe 3 assault rifle kills. And I don't know if he even saw me. Looks like meat's back on the menus, boys. Alright, so we won right there. Military Academy, great. 22 and 8. I'll take it. Not bad. Deadliest killer. It's kind of redundant.